So let's jump right into the elephant in the room, that new assistant feature. If Bixby, Samsung's new digital assistant, piqued your interest in picking up a Galaxy S8, you will be disappointed. Voice commands are finally available, and while they improve the usefulness of Samsung's assistant, it's so marginal that it doesn't really make a difference. But first, what exactly does Bixby do? There are 4 main components: Bixby Home, Voice, Reminders, and Vision. Reminders, as the name suggests, lets you create reminders with Bixby. You can use location or time as a trigger. Vision lets you use the Galaxy S8's camera to identify objects and products. Once identified, you can either shop on Amazon for the product or show more images of similar products. I've used it once or twice, and it largely feels like a gimmick. Your mileage may vary, though. Bixby Home is the main page you see when you swipe right from the home screen, or press the Bixby button. It's an assortment of random information, such as your current step count, next calendar event, the weather, what's trending on Twitter, and even a random GIF from Giphy that we're not really sure how to use. Thankfully, you can customize the feed, and Home is also supposed to become more useful and offer contextual cards after it gets to know how you use your phone, such as asking if you want to call your wife on your way home from work. Bixby Voice is the latest addition, and the idea here isn't to mimic Siri or Google Assistant. Rather, Samsung wants you to use Bixby Voice to complete actions on your phone, such as turning on the Wi-Fi, or open messages. You can press and hold the Bixby button to trigger Bixby Voice, or you can simply say "Hi Bixby," even from the lock screen. We didn't have any issues activating Bixby Voice, but we do wish it were a lot faster. Expect to sit around for a few seconds while Bixby gets ready to hear your request. At some points, Bixby can actually be impressive. You can ask it to open the Google Play Store, search for Airbnb, and install the first result. When it doesn't always work reliably, it takes you as close as possible to the solution you want. But the aforementioned command is something Google Assistant or Siri cannot do. Still, Bixby keeps asking you to teach it, and that puts us off. Allowing users to teach the assistant is one way to improve it, but it becomes annoying when it keeps asking us to select options to improve its results, especially when you need something done quickly. The same is true when Bixby pops up with how many reward points you have for using the service. Gamifying it is fine, but these Bixby XP pop-ups take up half the screen for a second and can feel a little repetitious. As useful as having these voice functions are with Bixby Voice, we don't think they are functions we would use most of the time. Google Assistant,